Right, guys, we're gonna call this one the musical movements games, right?
Okay.
So I'm gonna throw questions at all of you, and I just want the first thing that comes into your head. Rapid fire answers, all right?
At the same time, or just
No. We'll start. one budget. Just
1 3. What?
Right. So we'll start with Shay, then we'll go to Ruggs, and then we'll go to Devin.
Okay.
And then yeah.
I'm ready.
All right. So the best Bhangra track to play at a wedding reception.
Right now,
Yeah.
in my opinion, top notch Gabru.
Ruggs.
money.
Still.
I can't lie. The one that pops is Dustja.
That's yeah. Okay. Cool.
Actually, I say that one as well now.
It pops.
Vibe is not a bad shout.
Yeah,
either.
that's a good vibe.
But I mix them both into each other
But
when
they're
I
not.
play it.
But
Vibes,
you can get like Bhangra remix, like even
Yeah.
schedule
Yep.
vibe.
Yeah.
They all have like dual remixes.
Like Imran Khan amplifier.
Uncle one. Uncle
Oh,
one, innit?
yeah, that's-
What's your
Yeah,
one
yeah.
out of interest then?
I'd say Monday and Butchigo.
Okay.
Only because it's a go-to track. I just think it gets everyone just
True.
like it's just a.
You know,
just
even
start
when
off
clients
with-
sometimes say,
Weird,
like
innit?
quite a lot of the time, they'll say, yeah, we don't want Bhangra played on the evening. Usually those particular songs
Yeah, exactly.
tend to work.
It's
I never
bad.
play Punjabi MC.
Yeah, I was
but
gonna
don't play
say,
that
no?
because I do play it obviously at clubs. At weddings,
Yeah.
I tend not to. I don't know.
I've got this remix of it, which is sick. So I'll play that version. Or I just let it play for a little bit, just so people that then I'll go into Bhangra after that. So that if I play a genre of Bhangra, that's the first track I play, and then I'll stay within that genre and then I'll go to Dustja and more in the end.
Interesting.
I've got a
Yeah.
remix version that you've got, and I don't know why I've got it. I've got it from one of your folders, and
Oh, yeah.
it's like got like a
Sing it for us.
it's a bit of a hip hop intro, basically.
Oh, the drum beat at the beginning, sick.
Yeah, basically,
It's sick, innit?
Yeah, the way it drops.
But I
it's-
prefer
Bang.
Punjabi MC's other tunes, like different ones. I
Yeah,
think
he's got a few,
He's got
man.
bangers.
Yeah.
You were with him the other day, actually, weren't you?
I was.
Yeah.
He was. He always invites me to dinner in Leicester.
Yeah.
Apparently, his wife's butter chicken is like 10-10.
No, mine's better.
Oh, play that thing.
yeah.
we need the sound effects there. Good.
Yeah.
I'm going to start selling it.
You need a caterer for your wedding.
Hit me up, man.
But yeah.
Devon Munch.
But yeah, I think
Munching Devon.
Munching
Sounds like a musical.
sounds like
Munching. Sounds a bit big.
Yeah.
Mad.
Oh, let's move on.
Moving on. All right. So I'm gonna flip the question a little bit, but your go-to Bollywood track.
Oh my god! Right now,
Yeah. Well, it could
when
be
you say
old.
Bollywood,
It could be
does it have
old.
to be in a film? Like,
No, I mean it can be
Hindi. Okay.
Hindi, Bollywood, but anything.
I think right now, what's popping off? I mean,
it doesn't have to be right now. By the way, it can be an old track which you know is your go-to. It's your if you're like if you need a track within 5 seconds, you type that track in on Serato.
Balam Pichkari, can't really go wrong with it. But
Yeah.
I think right now it's Bijli.
Yeah, it's a good track actually.
Harry Sendi.
Probably, yeah,
Yeah, big track.
Probably two I'd choose right now.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
I'm just trying to. I know that the pronunciation's in the. So I don't.
Get the sound effect ready.
Jalak
Middle-
Tamela Aja.
Which
What?
one?
Jalak Tamela Aja.
Middle one at the bottom.
I knew that.
So that's Himesh Rashmiya.
I know the one you mean.
Is it?
Do you
know
like
which
the
one it
Kalaja,
is?
innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know which one. Yeah,
Himesh
yeah.
Rashmiya.
You know, I need to brush up on my little
That's the European version, isn't it?
skills and that.
No,
Yeah,
that's
I
a
know.
banger.
It's
It is a banger, man.
It's my go-to.
It's a
track.
banger still.
Yeah.
Like usually, I'll play that into like if I'm transitioning from Uptown Funk, Bruno Mars, or something like that, or Billie Jean.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Yeah. That's
That is
interesting.
like,
It's like 120 in it.
yeah,
We
yeah,
spoke about this, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that is a go-to start. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Got to go into Bollywood.
This
now.
is gonna. Yeah, I'm getting into Bollywood now.
Yeah.
basically.
Good little transition.
But
Wow.
What
but
about
that
the-
Bidgely track? I find it like I don't know if I find it's not a starter track for me. It's
No,
kind
not a starter.
I
You have
feel
to
like
drop
it-
it mid-set.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
like when you're trying to get people dancing during dinner, and then that's the kind of track that gets the motion.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. It
I thought
starts-
that it's quite a weird track. Like it's not too fast, too slow. It's not too hype and too. It's
I've
like
got
it's just, I don't know.
I should have said it. I got a sick remix of it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce it. Cheetahs or Chetas.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, I know who you're
Chetas.
talking about.
Is it
Chetas,
Chetas?
Chetas,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
cool. He's done a sick, like, upbeat version
Yeah.
of it. I use that a lot. It's
Yeah,
quite
dope.
Mad.
I think my go-to one is London to Makada. It always goes off
Big, big
every
big.
time.
Good shout.
Massive.
Good shout.
Mine's similar. Mine's Sadiq Ali, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd
That's a
say.
sick one.
I'd say.
But then in that
Yeah.
like borderline Bhangra as well.
it is
Because
it
Lember,
is.
like
I,
Lember.
I think the
Yeah.
BPM of
Yeah,
it makes
kind
it
of
a
vibe.
bit more. Because I just think naturally because it's faster, you think it's Bhangra, but
It's true. It's a banger.
Yeah.
It goes.
yeah.
Like there's a whole Bollywood kind of section I've got that's like 130
Yeah.
BPM that literally
Desi Boys and
15
all that.
years,
Desi,
bang.
Desi girl.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like-
It goes off.
Bro, this
Yeah.
is the thing with
Every
the Bollywood. The state. I mean, you add one or two every year, but it's generally
Pretty much the same.
section of tracks, really.
True. Usually I ask Vish, I say, Vish, what is the latest bangers that you play?
And he'll give you some random names, and they're bangers. But
out of anyone I've ever met in my life that knows Bollywood, Vish knows Bollywood inside out.
Big up DJ Mr. Vish.
From all
Yeah,
eras
big
of
up
music.
Vish, man.
And I meet a lot of photographers
every
mainly.
decade you'll know the top 10.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they always say to me, like, especially people that love Bollywood, they're like, yo, Vish is a genius.
yeah, he's good.
It's actually mad because I was listening to one of his mixes or whatever, and I think one of the tracks he actually played out live when I was with him, and it was something to do with getting tattoos.
Yeah.
But it was a Bollywood banger for 2022, and it went off.
Bro,
the crowd went mad.
yeah.
Some of his refixes he's got.
Yeah,
I was
he
like,
actually sent me some the other day. Actually.
Yeah, so I was like, wow, okay.
All right, cool. And talking of geniuses, I've got another question. So we'll start with Ruggs this one, but Garage. Go to Garage. We're gonna keep this moving. Quick, rapid fire.
A little bit of luck.
My love.
I'm gonna say Flowers.
I was gonna say Flowers. You got Justin Case, you got Joy,
Yeah.
21 seconds.
21 seconds.
Bruh,
Tell me
I
a second.
played
I was
Joy in
gonna
a long time.
Yeah,
man.
21 seconds.
Rewind.
Ooh.
Rewind.
You can't go wrong, Craig David.
They're all
Yeah.
they're all big. All right, cool. So now a couple of it, we're gonna switch it up. So rather than the track, we're gonna say artist name. So the biggest in UK rap right now, biggest artist in UK rap right now.
Stormzy.
Okay, got Storm.
Dave's up there, I reckon.
Dave's up there. He won a couple JRM awards the other day, so he's doing his bit.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if they're up there. I think they probably will be, but the one that pops for weddings is NSG, like options, all of that stuff.
Yeah,
It goes off.
It's
It goes
true.
off every time.
Yeah, from a wedding perspective, I agree.
Yeah.
NSG is definitely one. I say Central C,
Yeah.
coming from that UK rap era, I think he's killing it right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
How can we forget? Cench is like the biggest right
It's
now.
massive.
Killing
Yeah.
it.
How do we all forget that?
Yeah, he's
Age
killing it.
mainly.
Big up Andy P, by
H.
the way. Andy P is
Yeah.
Cench's DJ.
Big up
Oh,
Andy,
is
man.
he?
Is he actually?
Yeah.
Tour in the
That's
world.
amazing.
That's
Yeah.
mad.
Andy's a phenomenal DJ, man.
Sick.
Yeah, Andy's wicked,
Technically one of the best.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
On point.
amazing, man.
And his videos are epic, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, his videos are cold, man.
I always show young
Proper.
DJs. They're like, "Oh, can you have?" I'm just like, "Go follow Andy P. Just
Yeah.
see what he's
Just
doing."
Go see what he's doing.
Yeah, man. So yeah, there's definitely. I think UK rap right now is on the rise.
Definitely.
What about US rap? Biggest right now?
Ooh,
US.
a lot to name.
It's a bit of a tricky one, man.
Look, if we're talking weddings, I mean,
It's-
US is, I mean, Canada.
You know,
But
Drake's gonna pop
Drake's
up there.
Drake's there, innit?
Yeah,
He's gonna pop up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can play Drake for any occasion. You can play Drake
yeah.
for a funeral.
Most
It's
requested,
still-
right? Yeah, 100%.
It is true. Yeah.
So yeah, Drake's up there, and then you got. It depends how trappy you go, really.
Yeah, it is. You
Yeah.
can go trappy if it's all a wedding perspective. You got the Kanye.
I've had a lot of Travis Scott's
Jay-Z.
before, and you know,
Yeah, Travis.
Little Baby as well. Like,
Yeah.
you get.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. It's interesting. Like, if I'm honest with you, I haven't really like been focused as much recently on the whole kind of US scene as such.
Mm.
because the classics work, right? Like,
yeah.
yeah.
I actually
Work
find
really
a
well.
lot of the time, like I think a lot of the weddings that I tend to do, I think after a certain age, a lot of people stop listening to new music. So then they literally the music they grew up listening to, like when they were.
I still try and play things like Whatever You Like, Kiss Me Through the Phone.
Yeah.
What else is there? Fetty Wap, Trap Queen.
Yeah.
Them ones
Soulja
for
Boy.
weddings.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that kind of works for weddings.
works.
I think.
Soulja Boy is still
It still pops, yeah.
Do you guys find that obviously coming from different maybe age ranges, the people that you've say for example it's a friend that you went to uni with or went to your club nights, have they got their types of music that they go for? Do they tend to be the things that you were listening to at uni? Or so Ruggs with the garage, because I know garage was huge when you were at uni and stuff, and Shrey, I think you were talking about the Fetty Waps and you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think like obviously a throwback for every age group is different. So like right now, if you're going to a student rave and you play Aya's Replay or Promiscuous Girl, that's like a massive, big throwback for them. That's
Yeah.
like it's huge. Everyone knows the words. But then
classics. Yeah.
if you maybe went to a slightly older group, like Ruggy, if you're playing to your mates and you played an old school garage track, I might not even know it, but it would pop off.
Yeah.
It's like even like Usher and things like that. That was still
Yeah.
kind of like pop more so.
Bro, your
Even
mate,
Akon, man.
his mate asked me the other day, what was his name?
My cousin.
Cousin, yeah. Oh my God. He goes,
No, but I did tell him to ask you that as a joke, innit? But go on, you might as well tell.
but he's like, who's a bigger artist, RD or Michael Jackson? And I was like, sorry, what?
Man had to pause the track.
You know what? I'm actually gonna start this. like-
Artie's hard though, you know.
Yeah, I'd say he's up there with Michael Jackson. No, I'm joking.
Right.
But you know what, Ardy, you got to rate. I think artists now, as Shay was saying the other day, actually take a lot of influence from people back in the day. Samples now are like killing it. You know what I mean? All these artists that are using sample tracks. Personally, I like them. Do you know what I mean? Because it takes us back in time a little bit.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're there to take
Look
over.
at
100%.
Doja and Ferrari. Is it Ferrari by
James
Hype?
Hype, right?
They're all
Yeah.
they're all old
You
samples.
know what?
Isn't
I
it?
gotta say,
that's
James Hype is
Sick.
He's on fire.
Yeah,
His
sick.
production.
Yeah.
It's
It's
mad.
killing it, man. Even last, Shay told me last is
Tony
on
Braxton.
board.
It's like the way
Yeah.
Afrobeats have just come in and
Yeah.
sort of taken over like the scene as well.
Yeah,
It's
man.
mad.
Afrobeats is huge.
Especially
And that-
weddings.
yeah, and that was my other question now. Afrobeats. Biggest Afrobeats track.
Right, that's quite clear.
I say last, and like as in it for me at the moment.
Has to be Burn or Wizkid, right? Yeah.
Burner.
Burn or Wiz.
I think Joanna Afrobeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These
big
are
one.
That
all,
still works.
all going to be anthem, but this will be the throwback for the next 10
You know what?
Yeah.
I've had this debate, and we said Joanna, a Drogba.
Yeah.
I feel like that's gonna be one of the last anthems. Like,
yeah.
what is a song from that year that you still play? Maybe One Dance by Drake or like
Yeah.
Rihanna Work. I don't know if that was the same sort of year. I don't know.
Rihanna
You're right.
was soon
It's a-
earlier.
it's-
Actually,
yeah,
Rihanna's
it's
just put
popular.
out a new track, right?
Rihanna's been quiet for a while, man.
She released a new single. Now. I think
Yeah,
it's like,
Beyonce's new
I'm
album's
not
not
sure if
too
it's
bad
top-
either.
Beyonce's
I quite
album.
liked it.
Yeah.
I never got into listening to, which is strange as a DJ, but I never got into listening to full albums.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it was. I think my concentration span's quite short. To be honest,
I'm the same, bro. Someone's like, "Oh, do you remember Jay-Z's second album?" I'm like, "No,
Yeah.
what's
yeah,
on
yeah.
it?"
Do people actually listen to albums now? Do you think? Do people listen to albums or do they just listen to one? or two
Now they
songs?
probably listen to Spotify playlists.
Yeah, and that
Yeah.
doesn't have a whole album in
It's
it.
like attention span. Within the first 10 seconds, you know, like if it
Yeah.
something that catches your ear, you can
Yeah,
listen to
yeah,
it, right?
yeah.
Otherwise,
True.
Right,
might
like
just
back in the
press
day, if I was
next.
playing in a club
Like,
on a record, and
yeah.
like, you're trying to cut the song out like after the first verse or something, you wouldn't be
Yeah.
like, what? But how would you have managed to get things in motion
Yeah.
by then?
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you go with a certain amount of records to a set, like you have to kind of. Back in those days, though, like this is going back some time, but when you used to get booked to play, you'll get booked to play for an hour, and you'll need about 60 to 100 records sometimes to just go and to do a set like that. And you're hoping one of the decks don't mess up, because if you've got one deck that's got a problem
Yeah.
or the needle or anything like that, even like having pennies on the top of the needles and
To
things
keep-
like that.
that's
Keep
you
it
know
down,
that's,
innit?
that's interesting. Imagine you have a wedding itinerary whereby you only have an hour set. How would you guys personally go about getting in all the tracks in 1 hour? Basically, Would
I
you
literally had to do that. We had to do that on Sunday.
one verse or
Yeah,
quick
yeah.
30 seconds,
So
or
I-
mashups, or
I started
it's interesting,
with.
I get it.
What did I start? I think
You started with, I think, Bollywood that day.
Bollywood.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We started with Bollywood. Went to some fusion stuff.
Yep.
Played like 1 or 2 Bhangra tracks, and then
Yeah.
we went just R&B, hip hop, open
Yeah.
format.
Yeah.
Bit,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
it.
open format.
They were.
Yeah.
I think half the family were from East Africa, so Afrobeats kind of worked kind of well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, just.
That's
But
the
you,
thing.
you don't want to mix too fast as well, especially at a wedding. Like people don't like it.
Yeah.
At a
It
wedding.
is,
They
yeah,
wouldn't
that's
enjoy
true. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think
It's
you know
true.
what I tend to do a lot as well with weddings is I tend to have a very minimalistic mic approach when the party starts.
Yeah.
I don't like to be too involved or active or put anyone on the spot or make anyone feel uncomfortable. I just kind of like to just play music.
Like music
Yeah.
to the talking.
And then
yeah.
depending on if
Yeah.
a song gets, if it should it get a bad or worse reaction than I expected, then I'll mix it out faster. But traditionally, I'll let the second verse play and then play or mix it out of that.
Mm.
And I kind of feel it's a result if I've successfully played from the beginning of the end without saying much on the mic, that it's like, cool, the job was done.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a mic, sometimes, you know, I guess I would ask an audience or the clients whether they want the DJ to be interactive or
Quite mic
more-
heavy or
or
yeah.
ideally,
Yeah.
I'd rather them just leave us to have the freehold to kind of decide which way we're going to go with it. But it's just- sometimes I just don't like speaking at all.
But you can sense it, right? When you start DJing and they're just going mad already. You can be minimal on the mic. But
Yeah.
if you think, you know what, they need a bit of a lift,
Yep.
like to get from like
Get the
70,
hype a bit,
70
isn't
to
it?
100,
Yep.
you can jump on
Yeah.
and you know
Because
hype up a few
Rap
tracks.
C is actually a phenomenal host. Like, as
Yeah,
well.
he's really good.
And sometimes that it does work because when you're watching it from the outside and you kind of see it, and then you can kind of see people bring it to life a lot. But I think there's a fine line of crossing, like, or talking too much. Basically,
Yeah.
It's like when you're playing some good tunes, then
Yeah.
you know the bride and groom
Just let them run, yeah.
Let them
Yeah.
run.
But that's the thing. Back in the day, there used to be a lot of MCs. There used to be a DJ, and there used to be the
There still is,
Batman
to
and
be
then the
honest,
Robin. Do you know what I mean? Kind of
Still-
thing.
yeah, it
But
still runs.
Do you
Yeah.
guys? What do you guys think of that? Do you think there needs to be a
I mean, your boy Magic. What was he, MC,
Yeah.
innit?
Magic?
yeah,
Yeah,
he
Magic,
was-
Mr. Magic. I've got a booking with him next year.
Yeah,
He's
actually,
sick.
And then
he has
Hamburg,
got a
yeah,
booking.
yeah.
Shout out Magic.
Yeah, he's dope. He's dope on the mic.
He's
Yeah,
good,
he's
but
good,
I
man.
think for a club scene, definitely.
Yeah, club. I'm talking
all
about club.
day,
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
Yeah,
think
yeah. I'm talking. Yeah, talking more for
there-
wedding.
Yeah, there's different schools. I mean, like a lot of my clients will ask us, like, do you have a host? I said the DJ is the host. And
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
want that DJ to host more, that's fine.
Yeah.
If you want them to make all of the announcements, first dance, entrance,
That's,
cake,
that's
food,
fair enough.
no problem. But if you
Yeah.
want a toastmaster to do that, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's the case where, you know, we would come and start.
Doing the sound effects
I think
and all
you know what it
sorts.
is,
Yeah.
and this is gonna sound so stereotypical, but if say I was to get married and have my wedding reception, I would want an MC, but I don't think I'd want an Indian MC or an Asian MC. I'd not. I just want
Well, it's not uncommon, you know.
someone
There's a
different
lot of
that doesn't know the language.
From the cupboards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to hear them like screaming on top of Bhangra and stuff. I don't want that.
It's
Like,
true.
I want someone like, you know, rapping Migraine Skank on top of a house track.
That-
Or
that-
something.
complement the track, right?
Again, like
Yeah.
coming back to a similar
Yeah,
topic.
yeah,
When you've
100%.
got a live band or live elements of it, those singers
That's
act in many ways as that toastmaster or creating the vibe,
mm.
like a songmaster or something, right?
Mm.
But the experiences that you can create on that basis, I feel, is better in line with the new style
100%.
generation of music and the new direction things go in.
Yeah.
And like, you know, if I done a party, for me, I don't think I'd want like
Yeah, I hate that. You know that
A host.
Bhangra's like, and then just like up. I'm like, bro, just shut up, man. I hate it. I hate it so much.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you missed the track completely.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Sometimes they can be louder than the actual track. That's
Yeah.
playing. It's annoying.
Oh. And
It
they
is.
put all that. They all put on that voice. They're like,
Yeah.
body people today. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Just stop talking. There's no need.
we're gonna get slated for this.
I know exactly what
Volume
Shay
down.
Yeah, no, I know what Shay means though.
No,
Man.
but it's also the same with like when door players come on. I don't know what to do to hype things up because I'm very much quite like when I play. If I'm comfortable speaking, I will speak. But I
Yeah.
don't like when someone else is performing.
Yeah.
I don't want to be
Stepping on
speaking
toes.
over it.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
stepping
So
on toes.
if I get given a set from a door player, they say, "Look, guys, this is what I want you to play."
Yeah.
I kind of want to play it and kind of let it play. But I do see, you know,
I
I see
think
a lot of videos that people
Door players,
are
what
hyping.
they do like 15 minutes or whatever, right?
Yeah, 15,
so
20
I think
minutes,
in them 15 minutes, if there's like 5 or 6 big drops, yeah, you can do a little everyone put your hands up thing, and but that's it. They're playing live instruments. That is enough.
Yeah.
You don't need to jump and
Because
scream.
they've got a set and they want to perform that. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
You don't need to scream on the mic.
A lot of the time, it's true. I don't see the point. Like if you've got music playing, or you know, sometimes there is no need, but at the same time, sometimes there is a need.
There is a need.
If
Sometimes.
there is no one kind of interacting, and it's a difficult party, and the bride and groom have kind of expressed that they might need a bit more encouragement. But again, I kind of feel like I don't like forcing people to dance. Like if you don't want to dance, that's fine. You know, it's some people. I've done many parties where the parties haven't been crazy parties. Yeah, me and Evan done a party in Italy.
Oh yeah. When we went out to Italy.
We got there, and look, I'll be honest with you, it was a quite a short party for what we'd done. We probably played for 25 minutes,
Oh wow.
and that was it.
That was it.
It was like an amazing crowd, amazing audience in that respect.
lovely
They're
people,
really
yeah.
nice people, right?
Yeah.
They basically it was weird because even if we were to speak or try to encourage it,
They wouldn't
but
have,
you
yeah.
know that they don't
Want-
need to be forced.
Yeah, yeah.
They didn't fly us out there to kind of force the party as such, but they kind of they like the vibe, and I think it's
Do you know,
important to go
I had
with the
a
vibe.
thing, yeah.
How was that?
So I done a wedding, and the bride wanted. She's a massive EDM like house fan, basically, but specifically EDM. And so she's like, "We want EDM. We're gonna have a laser show. This, that." And I was like, "Great, sounds good, but what are your guests also into that?" And she's like, "Yeah, just run it. It'll be fine." Got to the evening, I'm banging out all this EDM, and I'm just like this. I feel like saying, "Look,
It's not working.
Let me please do my thing." And she
Yeah.
was just adamant, so I had to just.
Well, but there's a fine line because again, I will tell a client if this is what
Yeah.
you want me to do and you're paying,
That's fine, yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah, no problem.
Because
You
it's
gotta
your
run it.
party.
Yeah.
You know, it's not
But-
if it's a nightclub and you're asking me to play something.
Yeah,
it's
no.
like,
So these are all like situations, right?
Yeah.
So the other thing I wanted to get to is I'm going to throw some situations at you, and then I want you to tell me your honest answer, what you think you would do. Right? So first situation is you got end of the night, you can only play one more song, right? But you've got your bride that wants one song, and you've got your groom that wants a completely other song. What do you do?
Bride.
Okay.
Oh, you got to pick one.
Yeah.
Bride or the groom?
Well, you can answer in whichever way you want to answer.
You can't play both. Though.
You can't play both, but yeah, you.
I was gonna say I would have tried to play a
then-
quick half.
That's what I was gonna say. 30
No,
seconds.
because
each,
you
but
know when they
can't.
say you got one song.
Yeah, one
And the-
song.
the-
I would try my best to basically play one of them, and then the next one I would just say, guys, I need you to sing the final song. Boop.
Yeah.
Let them sing it, and then
Smart.
hopefully, because actually singing the last
Singing is
song,
fine.
like if it's Wonderwall, for example,
Easy.
and you say,
Yeah.
guys, sing the rest. This is
Yeah.
the perfect
Bro.
thing to go hiding. This
Do
is
you know-
at the end of that.
Yeah,
done.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I've done that before.
There's a
So
gap.
we've done the last song. We've done it, and the venue are like, "Can you get out now?" And I just jump on the mic. I'm like, "Guys, look, I can't play anymore." But I'm just gonna say, "Today is gonna," and then they just carry on,
Yeah,
and then you just bounce. That's it.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
And they'll keep going. That's that 5 minutes done. I've done that before.
No, that is.
And even to stall, like, if, I don't know, there's no knife on the cake table or something, I'll be like, guys, whilst we're waiting, let's do a quick song. And then I just bang it out.
But again, coming back to your
Easy.
question,
Yeah.
brides, if it was like hard,
Yeah,
I had to
then
make a
yeah.
decision.
Yeah.
I would say bride, because I think the
Same.
grooms.
Yeah.
Hopefully more understanding.
Yeah,
and I
but
you
I
get
don't
it.
think they don't tend to be as specific like a lot of the times.
Exactly.
Maybe not all occasions. I guess it does vary
Team
naturally.
bride.
Because I don't know who decided on the song. If they've sent me the last 3 songs of the evening,
Yeah.
I don't know whether the bride or groom was a mutual thing. But generally speaking, long
Yeah.
as I know the last 3 songs, I'm hoping that even if it's cut short and we only have time for one,
Yeah.
one of their 3 songs should be something
Expressed
for
with
us
the
to
crowd.
move. Yeah.
For them, right? Yeah.
My last song, like if no one says anything, is 7 Days.
Good. Yeah. Good.
That's
Always
a banger.
bangs for
Mine-
our age.
It's a
Like,
banger.
Mine's
Yeah.
always Bob Marley.
That's in my top 3.
yeah,
Always-
that's in my last. That's in my last few though. Yeah.
Yeah, both of these.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's actually funny. I was speaking to someone else. Like I was speaking to one of the singers. I was like, "Yo, this is one of the songs that I think you should be covering, mate." They didn't know the song, and I think it could be obviously the age relation or the age thing potentially.
Yeah.
Some of the young singers.
I've done Man in the Mirror.
One of mine
Wonderland,
ones is
Wonderwall.
Usher, Alicia Keys, My Boo.
Yeah,
It
that's a
pops
good
off
one.
as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Bang! I ain't
Actually
played that
goes
in
in.
years.
It goes off.
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
one. That's a good one.
I'd say last when we were at Landmark, we got some
Yeah,
wicked
that was
footage of that where they were singing last.
Last.
Yeah, I'll overlay it to this video.
Yeah,
But everyone was singing it like live. It was wicked.
That was actually probably the best ending
It was
I've ever
wicked.
seen at
Yeah.
a wedding reception.
It
Like,
was-
honestly.
Why? What happened?
It was like based.
The
so
band
right at
were
the
there,
end-
the band were there.
The band ended the last song. So everyone sort of saying, "All right, the last song" and all that. We stopped the music, and then I think Shagan, the singer, basically,
he did what you did. He started the song,
Yeah.
and everyone just finished
and
it off.
everyone, and it was just. It was the
I
best
never
way to
knew
end the
so
party.
many people knew all the words to last.
It's
song.
weird, isn't it?
Crazy,
it's
innit?
actually, it's weird.
It's mental. Like they knew every single word.
But
And
that was a young audience as well.
Yeah.
That was predominantly
It's powerful,
like
man. Oh.
such a young audience.
But that's another thing though. At receptions, just keep it young. It's a party at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But what happens if they don't know too many young people? Because it happens.
Yeah,
A lot of
true.
the weddings that we do, especially recently, like a lot of the clients have got married, have met during COVID, they've got married, they put it all together. And I've done a lot of weddings recently where there haven't been as many youngsters. At. And it's interesting. Do you know what I find the strangest thing is people that are seated on the table, just intimidating, like looking on
They're
the dance
staring,
floor,
yep.
just staring.
I had
like,
that
and I find
bit
it
on Sunday.
hard. I find it like it's just difficult because you know they're not going to get up. But I'm also, if I was on that dance floor, I'll be really uncomfortable.
yeah. No, I know.
Talking of uncomfortable on the dance floor, you know what I'm gonna say, innit?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, this is not to like all photographers or video teams, but some of them. The floodlights on the dance floor. I get it for 15, 20, even 30 minutes. I totally get it. You need to get your footage or your photos. I get that. But the whole night, just like say you're playing 10 till 12. After 11, let's allow it.
Yeah.
Like let them have an hour at least.
You don't want it looking at Wembley Stadium.
Do you
And
know
it's
what?
it kills the
Like,
vibe.
Would
It
you
kills the vibe.
You know what?
dance if there's a flash?
You know,
in
it
your
throws off all your guests.
Five or something.
I found that it throws all guests off.
Yeah.
Once it's off, the party just becomes
Yeah,
lit.
I agree. Do you know, so
I've
even
seen it.
sometimes like with uplight, like imagine all of the processes we've gone through to do the production lighting, the light uplighting, etc. And
And it just get killed.
they get killed.
Do you know what? I feel like the floodlights have cameras attached to it. That's why they think like they're always on camera.
Bro, I done
Yeah.
a
They don't want
wedding
to be
recently.
in that situation. Yeah.
The guy had
He added
two floodlights behind our speakers, so it looked like it was part of our thing on the dance floor.
Yeah.
And they had 8 other lights all around the room, so it's 10 in total.
Wow.
But the good thing was, after like 15 minutes of dancing, he got rid of them all.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if he didn't, that would have been horrendous.
But see, that's
And that happened. a
yeah,
lot.
but that's good. I mean, like
that was
if there's
nice
a
of him.
compromise and they do
I
it for
spoke
a
to
set
him.
amount
Yeah,
of
yeah.
time, doesn't
Yeah.
work.
I
But some
spoke-
photographers don't do it like that.
Nah.
Yeah,
Some
set
just
them
leave
out
it
of
on.
Bro, I
that's
spoke.
it.
What I did was I spoke to him before. I saw him setting it. I was like, what's the vibes here? He goes, look, bro, don't worry. After 20 minutes of your party, they're gone. I was like, cool, that's fine. And he did it. And that was totally fine. Some of them just leave it on. And they just get a video and they just stand there. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, would you dance in that? No. So allow it.
Because I've come across
Allow it.
video and photographers that can capture amazing shots, kind of discreetly without having like a huge amount. I get lighting is obviously a big factor of it, and the pictures can be done, but it is a vibe.
Yeah.
That's for sure. From our perspective,
It's a vibe killer.
yeah, I've had to ask a photographer in the past not to point the light directly at us because it's kind of just there on the opposite side.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it can
bright,
be a
isn't it?
lot to come in your
It's so
face,
bright.
Yeah, it's
and I
bright.
think I like the dark, so I think, you know.
So what do you think? It was another topic that we're actually going to come on to. But what do you think makes a bad wedding bad? What can actually, what do you feel can make a wedding bad? I know Shrey hates lights. So
I think when the party starts,
do you know what? I do think though it is part of an atmosphere. Like lighting is the biggest, one of the biggest factors of creating ambience within the room.
And not haze as well. I know a lot of venues don't allow it anymore, but haze is. But there needs to be some sort of definition on that, because the hazy machines and the dry ice, and we all use the water-based stuff, or low fog is low anyways. So I don't know, maybe venues need to read up a bit. I don't think they set off alarms.
You know what? Venues are so difficult, because what happens is you end up speaking to one person from a venue that might be an event manager that might sign off something with the bride or groom.
Yep.
Then on the day itself is a new kind of event manager or someone
new teams there,
and they kind of are protecting themselves and not too sure. And if it's an uncertain thing that they don't know whether they can or can't do it, they'll say no. Now this happens a lot. It's why I tell clients, I said, if you are booking specific things like a dry ice, pyrotechnics, haze machine, get an email confirmation from your venue to say that it's okay to use it before you book it with us. So that way around, we don't have the headache of showing up on the day, they're saying you can't use it.
I was thinking about, because they didn't let us use it on Sunday, which was fine, but
they didn't let you use the dry ice?
Nothing.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, they didn't actually. Yeah, because
this should have been signed off, because I told the clients that this is basically.
I've got it in writing, anyways. But I'll send that. That's fine. But so I said to the guys on our team that were controlling the smoke and stuff, I was like, wouldn't it be amazing if they could just either isolate or allow us to use it between 11 and 12 p.m. That's it. Just 1 hour. I know it's ideal. Ideally, we want it the whole night, but there's that 1 hour when the dancing's in full swing.
You know what? Because I know which one it was before, right? And they got the approval, because I asked them to make sure you got the approval. This is what I think. This commonly happens, and it's a shame, because these kind of special moments is, you know, what a particular bride and groom may want. And if that's what they want, and they've got the venue to sign off on it, on the day they don't allow.
Do you think DJs tend to be the focal point of blame sometimes at wedding receptions when food's running late? Do people come up to you and ask the DJ, why is the food running late? Because I've noticed that when I'm DJing, because you're at the center, you're controlling the sound. Automatically, people come up to you and they're like, "Oh, why hasn't this guy got a napkin?" I'm like, "Bro, I'm DJing, man." Or, you know.
Yeah, no, it's true. Sometimes people say to me like, "Well, how do you put the AC on?"
Yeah, literally.
But you know what? It's interesting. It comes down to announcements. Like, you know, when you make the announcements of mains is coming shortly. In the meantime, please help yourself to the open bar or whatever.
So they think you've got information on everything.
The thing is, if you have that information and the way you communicate it, then it might.
Do you know it's venues as well?
Tone down the whole problem.
I think. One of the biggest problems is communication with venues. For example, like particular venues, like I can tell you venues like North Mims, Northbrook Park, Ford Park, that we know exactly, you know, what the requirements are with them. Everything is kind of being explained to us. So we understand what position we're in, what we need to do to make sure that we are working with the venue. Yeah. But other venues, sometimes they don't make it clear, but then on the day, you're kind of trying to figure out what you can't do. Someone's saying one thing like sound limiters, then you can't see where the sound limiter box is. So how do you know what the volume is? And then I've got a decibel count on my watch, and I know all of the team does. But then they come with their unit, and their unit saying something else, and they don't know how to read it or understand it. And I'm saying, if you stand anywhere within the rooms, we'll take our team with you to show you what it is. Yeah. If I can hear you talking to me on the dance floor, then that's pretty evident that the volume is too low. Yeah. And then sometimes they'll say, you know, the volume needs to be put down at 11:35 because, you know, it's too loud and the guests are here until 1 and the guests are going to complain from the hotel. So why did you give the venue to the client until 1 o'clock?
1 o'clock.
Yeah.
So give it to 12 or 11 if you need to, and then let them have the party, because that's when clients come up to us. That's when the audience come up and start saying, "Why is the volume not loud enough?"
You know, that whole sound limiter thing. We always get the blame for that. You were talking about who, you know, we always get. Everyone looks at us, always, or you know. So I've been to venues where it's tripped, and I've been talking on the mic, so it's not been it's literally like before the entrance, and it's tripped, and I'm like, everyone's looking at you, the power's gone. And I'm like, it was not me. And then I've gone to the venue and they're like, "Oh yeah, our thing's been a bit dodgy last few weeks." And I'm like, what?
That's not our fault. You know what I mean? It's not.
The thing is, like, when clients do get married at these venues, because I'm trying to figure out, like, how do we go about trying to make this process for our bride and groom as smooth as possible? Because the reality is this: we don't want it to cut off during your entrance, your first dance or anything. But the venues, because of the system that they have, it can do that. Now, there's hundreds of other venues that have got compressors. So it doesn't allow the power to cut, because the power cutting should never happen.
It's ridiculous.
Because
You know what? It's mad you
should
say that.
never
So
happen.
some venues that have limiters which are a bit stricter than usual, like for example 80 decibels, whatever. I always make an announcement to the crowd and let them know like there are limitations with sound, so you will hear some fluctuations. Just bear that in mind.
Yeah.
no, it's
So that
nice.
way it's good. Like they don't come up to you.
It's transparent as well.
Yeah.
No,
I-
it's nice, yeah.
I do the same thing. I kind of make it a joke. I'm like,
Yeah.
by the way, there's a sound limit in here. So if the power does cut out, just keep singing the song as loud as you can
Yeah.
and we'll get the power.
This
back
is
on.
it.
I
Yeah.
just say,
That's it.
because everyone looks at you and they're like, oh my God, he's had a
Yeah.
power cut.
On the other hand of it, I try not to say anything again as usual, right? And I'll watch the sound limit if there is one there the whole night, and I'll just be watching it.
Yeah, with DJ and looking
and
at
making
it.
sure it doesn't go red. Like
Yeah.
seriously, I'll just be standing there, or I'll get someone. It's funny because me and Saheli done this event in what was that? I'm not going to name the specific hotel, right? But their sound limiter is on the floor, and you can't see it. So imagine the
Oh, wow.
DJ booth where we're set up. You got a sound limiter on the floor, so
Stretching your neck now.
You can't see it. Saheli got her phone, FaceTime me,
Yeah.
and then I had it in the DJ booth,
Okay.
and I was watching it like that, and it was such an uncomfortable kind of feeling, because the venues don't make it easier for you, and some of these venues they need to have some sort of training
Pick up Saheli
how
though.
to do this.
Big up
Yeah.
Saheli for
Big up Saheli.
that's actually a smart idea.
Smashing it, man.
We worked with Saheli in the past, and she's always
Saheli's sick.
Yeah, she's
Always on point.
top
10-10.
events organizer.
Yeah.
Highly recommend her. So she
Yeah,
but
Kishan though, on the other hand.
he's
No, big up them,
big
man.
up Kishan as well, man. But yeah, no, I think the wedding industry in general. How fun do you get? How fun do you find it? Like, are you enjoying it? Do you
I
actually
love
like?
it, man.
I love it, yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's always a vibe.
Yeah,
Every
Especially
time.
if it's
Love it.
if it's a mutual friend or someone you know, or you know a lot of the guests or whatever.
Yeah,
like
then
it's-
it-
you can and you know already like during the background music, like this is today's
Yeah.
gonna be sick.
yeah.
The background music is the best part.
Yeah,
The warm-up,
same.
yeah.
Yeah, love it,
No, it's fun.
No one can mess with our playlist. Our background music
bro.
is mad.
Background music,
Yeah,
challenge us.
musical movements have
Literally
a
challenge us.
top background music playlist.
Come on.
And what would you recommend to upcoming DJs that are looking to get into the wedding industry? Because I know you guys were once in the clubs looking to get into the wedding industry. What one piece of advice do you think you'd give?
There's no shortcuts.
There is no short.
I would say join musical movements. That's my main advice. If you're a young up and coming DJ, like the reality is you're going to need a team that's going to help nurture or help build it.
Yeah.
And I think depending on that direction, but we could always do with some new DJs. So
Yeah.
a nice plug for that.
especially if you're young.
Yeah. I think 23
Yeah.
Yeah.
to 27 is a nice window
Yeah.
for
I'm
someone-
28. Max.
No, I know you're already made.
As in to come into the team. To
Oh,
join-
come in.
to-
I
to-
think
start, to
but I
start,
think
to
younger.
start.
I think
No,
out of
like-
uni, I think if
think
you
of Barai, right? Barai,
Yeah.
he's 17 now. Look at where he's playing
Yeah, it's mad.
already.
yeah, it's true.
And he started at 13. Like quite a lot of us, I guess we
Yeah.
start really young, which is a good thing. But I think, if you haven't got someone that's encouraging you or pushing you or helping you or connect the dots,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
gonna struggle.
You're gonna
to
get lost a
there,
bit.
or you're
Yeah.
not gonna get there.
Yeah.
And I think with having a team that's basically in similar positions, it's definitely helpful. But the advice is like, I had a conversation with another DJ recently, but they didn't know where they sit,
Yeah.
whether you want to be a DJ or not. If you're gonna do it, do it.
Do it,
Jump
yeah.
in
Yeah.
and basically say, all right, I'm gonna make money as a DJ,
Yeah.
not just I'm just DJing for fun.
Yeah.
Like this is where the difference needs to be.
And there's good money in the wedding industry game. Like,
Yeah,
it's good
it's
money,
a-
and
it's a career.
and it's fun as
Yeah.
well. It is a career. It's a career for a lot of people. I know a few of us went to uni, did one thing, we've come out and we're DJs and
Doing another thing now.
doing another thing.
Yeah,
So it's
that's
all fun. And
we actually all went to uni, done one different thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
literally,
sounds like different.
Me and Shay did law, and Rugs did marketing, and Dev
the
did
technology.
technology.
Yeah.
So
Actually, Devon done music.
It's like part of a course, part of technology.
yeah,
Music
so,
tech.
so
Yeah, yeah.
again, like he could have gone one
So
way
it
in
was-
music, but
yeah.
went another, and I think that's
DJing
what it
took
comes
over.
down to. But
But it's also like it's consistency as well, right? Staying consistent. It's hard, but like regular mixes, regular posts, and the reality is the new
The visual line,
way. Yeah,
they want
half of DJing is kind of half is branding now, to many extents. Talent obviously is a good thing, but the technology out there, it is easier to DJ.
Yeah.
But experience
I
as
think
well.
in addition is that for the new DJs, go and do bars and clubs.
Yeah.
Go and do them. Like don't
Yeah.
stress yourself out. But if someone says, "Oh, can you come do my restaurant for a couple hours. Just go
Do
and do
it.
it. Just practice. Doesn't matter
Exactly.
like what you're playing. Just practice,
Those are the best ones when you're
Yeah.
kind of just there, like trying to observe or
bro.
pick up.
I think we know all
New
the
music.
music that we know is
Yeah.
because we've done empty clubs, we've done empty bars, we've done really bad
Yeah.
gigs.
Yeah.
I still
But
do them.
that's what makes you.
Yeah, we
That's
still do
what
them.
makes you.
Bro,
a good
Yeah.
DJ.
you
have to
can't
do those
expect
ones.
to do a 10,000 person festival if you've not done an empty nightclub.
Yeah.
It's
You
true.
can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
You can't.
Is that where every profession, top football players
Yeah.
playing pre-season where nothing
Yeah.
matters, or it's biggest
Yeah.
rappers and singers
Even-
in the world that have done empty
Yeah. Even playing for like your local team,
local team,
you're not going to end up playing for a Premier League team
unless you've done exactly.
Even talking like something I perhaps didn't pick up enough of when I was younger. When I started to DJ, I wish I was more confident speaking, and I wish I was more like towards or being able to present or just having more to say. Because really, you know, as a DJ, it's nice to sort of kind of get an insight of them talking as well, and especially like
It's that communication, right?
yeah, with
They want
Instagram,
they want to know,
with
yeah.
TikTok, etc. I think
Yeah.
it's like you have to do it now.
Yeah, it's so true, man. It is, and I think moving on to the next, because we haven't got a lot of time left, unfortunately. I know we've got some.
We could talk for days, but
We can. I know some.
We love talking, innit?
Exactly. I know a couple of the boys here DJing tonight, so they've probably got bookings to get to. But another quick fire question is, it's a bit like the same other questions, but if you could play one track, right? So, you know, when the dance hall first opens, people are warming up, shoulders are sort of moving around here and there. But if you could play one track, right, to move everyone from the sort of the stiff dancing to the main hype, gum fingers dancing, what track would that be?
Wait, you said gun fingers there.
Gum fingers in the air.
This
Like,
is the
I
new
want
generation
hype,
of weddings.
Yeah.
Central C only. Or?
I want drinks spilling on them. What song would you go to?
you know what? It's a really difficult question
That is
because
difficult.
you need to see what's in front of you, because they could be
Yeah.
a full-on Bollywood crowd.
Yeah.
have you ever played gigs at a wedding?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
the time.
pops off.
It
all
is.
the
It's
time.
true.
It goes off.
K-
Or Movado.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like I was surprised
DeMarco,
Alfie. Like,
Vibes
Alfie was like
Cartel.
having the time of his life.
I played
Yeah.
I played Tony Mutter on Dirty Wild, and everyone just went nuts. Like,
Bro, I think this is what I'm saying. Like, because we're of a certain age. So, like, say if my friends get married, I'll know exactly what I'm gonna play.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play PIMP. I'm gonna play gigs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play Wiley. I'm gonna play all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I know it's gonna bang. You know, even Funky Anthem, Migraines. I know it's gonna bang. But if you're playing to like maybe someone slightly older, there's that go-to track will change basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So-
what if you were to play? What if there was a mixed crowd in front of you? Because in my head, I've got tracks like Danza Kuduro. You know what I mean? Things like that where it's a bit hype. And we're probably talking about the 130 plus
Pepas.
BPM track.
yeah.
Pepas.
Yeah, Pepas. I think
Pepas
as
is
a
quite big right
You
now.
know, my
That's
Free
go-to-
from,
huge
free
as
from
well.
Desire.
Yeah.
I
exactly.
usually play the first song I tend to play after the bride and groom's first dance is the most neutral song I feel is an appropriate balance between all generations. In my opinion, is Luther Vandross, Never Too Much.
yeah.
That's weird. I play My Girl by Temptation.
Oh, is it?
Mm.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Similar vibe.
I do the same one, Luther Vandross.
And then
That
from
goes
there,
some
you can build the
top three
momentum,
starters.
and you
Yeah.
can decide
You
whether
can go into any, yeah, you can go into
Yeah.
anything.
You go, all right, is it going to be, because if
It's
it's
a good
an English
tempo to
song
it.
that a bride and groom have chosen, then I kind of feel
Uptown
appropriate.
Funk
to go.
and go
Yeah,
See with
exactly.
those, with
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
Luther song or this
Yeah.
one, whatever, you can go from there to more like Motowny stuff.
Yep.
You can go to your Bollywood if you need to, or you can even
Michael
go to
Jackson.
Bhangra. You go to
Yeah.
you can go to MJ. You can do you can go from there to probably go to Billie Jean, or Don't Stop Till You Get
Yeah.
Enough.
But it's interesting because if you think about something a bit slow on tempo, like Montel Jordan, This Is How We Do It, it still pops off on the dance floor.
Yeah.
It still or Usher, yeah, or you know what I mean?
Nice.
It still works really well.
Because I usually, when I play that's
Yeah.
usually towards the last hour, where it's kind of like people are into their zones basically, and I find that.
This is how we do is good. Yeah, it's good. Good.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
80s tracks, like the 80s tracks, early 90s.
My 80s play.
Shalimar, yeah.
Can't go wrong.
On point.
Yeah, 80s was a good era for me.
I was born in the wrong era. 100%.
Yeah.
I sometimes.
I think Shrey was
I should have been born in the
I
70s.
feel like we're too mature for
Yeah.
that. Trust me.
When someone asked Shrey what he was better, RD or Michael Jackson,
Oh my god.
I think Shrey was ready to leave.
He,
that venue.
he packed his
Drop the
headphones up.
mic.
Drop the mic. But
Wow.
yeah, it's I think that was a good podcast.
That was a good fire
Yeah,
round of
that was-
questions.
Yeah.
Love that stuff.
Yeah. So musical movements, what can you expect next year?
I think a lot more bookings for sure, but I think it's nice to have, you know, a lot of creative input, like watching everyone putting on their own club nights. You know, Shrey's got Back to Life, we've got the playground,
Yeah.
10 events. I think, you know, being in the zone or where people love doing what they do and just kind of just championing that, I think is inspirational, man. You pick up people.
But also, we're you know, for all four of us even are now, you know, we've got 15 years each in the game or more drugs.
Slightly older, yeah.
I'm not that old yet.
But we've got another year of experience. Now. And no one can take that away from you.
Good answer.
We can all say we've got nearly 20 years experience. I mean, not me, but
not me.
Well, I think like you said, as long as the next year is better than the previous year, the only thing we can do is try to do better.
But it will be better because you've had another year. 100%.
And one thing I think we do as individuals, we actually like to grow ourselves as well as the brand as well. With musical movements,
marketable, right?
Yeah, we're now creating content for every booking we DJ at. We've got a videographer that will shoot their own promo video, and you're guaranteed to get that within 5 days or whatever it might be. Probably less.
Yeah, Jason's got a mad turnaround on the videos.
Turnaround's crazy.
For anyone that's watching this that doesn't that or sees all of the content that's coming, like Jason's behind a lot of that.
Yes.
You know what's mad? On Sunday, I came back, went to sleep, woke up. This guy's put a TikTok out of the venue. I'm like, bruv,
it's actually
when and how?
It's important. You know, it's important.
I woke up and
it's the new generation. I'm quite tuned with the
it's mad.
I was like, I literally went to bed, woke up, and I'm seeing what I was doing last night.
I sent him a voice that said, "Have you got a template?" Like,
the funniest one was I did devs before he even got home from the booking.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I was like
4 in the morning. I got home at 12. I edited up devs video from I think Stockley in it, and then it was
that was an epic video actually.
That was
Stockley
like,
Park one.
The video is very, very good.
So it's good. Like I think musical movements, we're onto something big. Well, we're on something big, and I think we're only trying to elevate each year.
Yeah, you know what? That's what it's about. Like I think it's just kind of seeing where the gaps in the market.
We've got a good team ethic as well, around us as well.
And we're creatives. We I suppose we're trendsetters. We do our own thing, and we like this podcast is. Yeah. We just thought, like, why don't we just put 4 mics instead of going for dinner? Let's put 4 mics here and have a chat.
Literally, we would have spoken about this at dinner anyway. You know what I mean?
We're gonna probably do it again later.
No, exactly. I think information, like now, the reality is for any business to stay relevant, right? I guess you've got to be on these things. You've got to be on Instagram. You've got to be pushing out stuff. And
so true.
I think when you love what you do and you enjoy being part of it all in the whole creative process, then it's kind of
you do it without thinking.
Exactly.
Yeah, you do it without thinking. Like making a mix, you just do it because you woke up thinking, I want to make a mix, not because I have to make a mix or whatever it might be. But yeah, this has been a great podcast. Obviously, pleasure chatting to you guys, Shrey, Rogs,
likewise,
Dev.
Every time.
Yeah, man. So
yeah, good pop.
Hit the sound effect. Yeah, that's the one.
It's me. That's the right one, isn't it?
I think Shrey meant press.
I meant the middle one and the stop record.
There we go.
And big up.
All right, and that's we're done.
I keep putting my hand in this camera. I just realised
you're covering me and Devin.
Bye everyone.